Welcome to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the big butch manly pop culture podcast that, like Edelweiss, is always happy to meet you. I'm Andrew Wheeler.
I'm Shane Holland, and I'm
I
just
just-
realizing what we're doing today.
I just unveiled this one on Shane. I hit record, and here we are. Today we are tier ranking Maria's favorite things.
Yep, these are the things from the song that we all know and love. What's good? What's not? We're gonna find out together.
Yes, my favorite things, a show tune from the 1959 Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, The Sound of Music, made famous by Julie Andrews in the 1965 movie. The tier list is available for anyone to enjoy, but first things first, I'd better share that tier list. So, it's all of the things mentioned in the song, including I threw in the things that she doesn't like. There's only 3 of those, but they're in there. The tier ranking is as follows. S tier is superior, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously. A tier, high on a hill. B tier, something good. C tier, what is it you can't face?
Oh.
And D tier, a problem, like Maria.
Love it.
Perfect.
Easy to understand. Of course.
Of
Who would
course.
have any questions about this?
So the list is it in any order? I honestly don't remember. The first thing on the list of Maria's favorite things is wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. Shane, how would you rank wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings?
You know,
I know it's a question I ask you all the time.
yeah, it's true, and I think about this often. This is difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say this is something good. It shows that nature is healing. Why are geese flying in the middle of the night? That makes me
good question.
worried. So I can't say it's like high on a hill.
No.
But they could be migrating, and migration is good. It is something that all living creatures do. So I'm going to say this is something good.
Okay, I'll agree with you there. I think wild geese are a little scary, so I couldn't put them higher than that. But, you know, that's a beautiful image. It's a weird thing to list as a favorite thing.
Yeah. Yeah, all of this.
Some more than others. Like there are other birds that I think I'd be more excited. Like swallows when they're doing that. I forget what it's called. That incredible
Sine wave, yeah.
Yeah, like that's a favorite thing. That's incredible. Wild geese,
But
sure,
geese
Maria.
are good, yeah.
I love their fat. Sleigh bells. This is probably more relevant if you live in Austria than it is if you live in Toronto. And even though we do live in a snowy climate and there is literally still snow outside that has not melted or been shifted for what, a month?
Months, yeah.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of sleighs.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, what is it you can't face? Because if I'm thinking of sleigh bells, I'm thinking of Christmas jingles, and I'm thinking
Right.
I get sick of them.
Yes, yeah. I can totally relate to that. Yeah, it's not even a particularly nice sound, but chinga chinga ching 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 ching. It's like it's aggressive. It's too much.
And there's always that one person who's just like, look, we found sleigh bells. And then they won't stop. Always there's that one person. You know what I mean.
So relatable. All right, this one, girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes. I'm going to say it's a problem.
Trad wife.
You know, you talk me up from that one, but
no.
First of all,
that's
let's
Eric
not
of
talk
Kirk
about
behavior.
girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But also, yes, it's not a good vibe. Let girls wear the dresses they want to wear with the sashes they want.
Yeah.
You know, let them wear culottes. Let them wear jumpsuits.
Espadrilles. Yeah.
Yes. So sorry, girls. You're worse than sleigh bells.
Ah, this is great.
Next up, crisp apple strudels.
Okay, if we are not in agreement on this, I'll take myself out now. This is a superior, correct?
Oh, absolutely. The crisp apple strudels are delightful.
This is my poison. This is the thing that's going to end up killing me. Yeah, of course it's superior.
Like, are there other baked goods I like more than crisp apple strudel? Yes, there are. But If a crisp apple strudel's on the menu at the cafe, there's a
I
good chance I'm
will
going
be
for it.
ordering it. Yes, absolutely. Baked apple and cinnamon is one of the most perfect combinations ever discovered. And then to wrap it up in flaky pastry, oh, I'm drooling.
There are other strudels. Other strudels are available. I would say maybe like a blueberry strudel would go high for me. A poppy seed strudel, honestly, I think is delicious.
Interesting, interesting. Isn't
Crisp
it
apple
usually
strudels are.
lemon poppy seed? Have you like are we talking about like just pure poppy seed?
When I've been in continental Europe, I've had a poppy seed strudel that would get me eliminated from the Olympic Games if I were in any position to compete in the Olympic Games. Like
That and the
the
doping.
sheer
Yeah.
that and the doping, and the strong political opinions. Yeah, but I love poppy seeds in a baked good. And yeah, you do not pass a urine test after that.
I am a poppy bagel kind of person, so I get it. It's just I don't really think of poppies as having like a flavor. I guess it's an umami. Is that right?
It's yeah, with a bit of like yeah, you mix it with some sugar for sweetness, and it is like a little slightly peppery, but it's like it's not dissimilar to sesame, honestly.
Okay, fair. Wow, we spent a lot of time on that.
Strudel talk. All right. These are the things, this is one of the things that when they occur, you think of your favorite things and then it don't seem so bad or won't seem so bad. I don't think her grammar was that bad. Bee stings. Have you ever had a bee sting?
I've I don't think I've ever been stung by a bee. And the fact that I don't think means that it's a probably not, because one would think one would know if one's been stung by a
Honey.
bee.
Yeah, you'd notice. Like, what? This is going to sound like a very strange question. What have you been stung by?
Oh,
Like, I've been stung by bees, wasps, nettles. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've been stung by. I feel like that's it. I've never been stung by a jellyfish. Does it count if you get stung by an electric fence? I guess I've been stung by an electric fence.
okay.
That's not really a sting. That's a zap.
I've been zapped for sure. Nettles, yeah, I guess. That might be it. Like, we're talking like rosebush sting. Look, I lived a
Mosquito
very
bites?
yeah. That's not really a sting, right?
No.
I was a very protected child. I I didn't go outdoors. Okay.
Why would you? I mean, a part of Ontario you're from.
You know, if you like protect the bees and say shoo shoo and don't like go get the fuck away,
Very
then
true.
you're probably not going to get stung by bees. I've always had a healthy respect for the power of bees.
Sometimes you're standing near a person who overreacts to a bee and you get stung because of them. That's all I'll
Mm,
say on the subject, cousin. It's a problem. Bee
it's a
stings are
problem.
awful.
Yeah. I don't think thinking about a crisp apple strudel is going to make me forget the pain of a bee sting.
No, eating one will at least make me think, well, I've had worse days, you know?
Fair, I did get a
But
strudel at the end of
thinking
the
about
day.
one,
Now.
that's torture.
Apple strudels, apple strudels, apple strudels.
I feel like Maria was not the best at her job. I mean, number one, she slept with her boss.
Well, okay, yeah, that's her problem, right, Andrew? These are the politics that are keeping you out of the Olympics, my friend.
I just think the Baroness was cool, okay? Brown paper packages tied up with string, and she picked this before Amazon home delivery was a thing. So,
Fair.
you know.
I mean, honestly, like, in today's world, this is one of the biggest evils that we have. Uh, I love a gift. Okay, I love gifts. Give me a gift anytime. I'm terrible at giving them. Like, just bad. Cannot give gifts to save my life. Love to receive them. Brown paper. Okay, I've received a couple gifts in brown paper tied up with string. and they were fine gifts. I was more excited about what was inside. I'm working here. I'm working. This is my magic. I think a glittery paper is more fun.
And a ribbon.
And a ribbon. Give me a ribbon. Give me something sparkly that has penguins on it or like happy
Yeah.
birthday. Yeah, okay. Something good.
So, something good. Oh, okay. Generous. Next, silver white winters that melt into springs.
We are living through this right now.
Yeah, it's not great, honestly.
I love the first, like, why didn't she say the first snowfall? I guess because it doesn't fit into the song as well. I
Yeah,
love
no, she needed it to rhyme.
Right. Yeah, that helps. Yeah, I like beginning of winter when everything is quiet and the snow is untouched. Right now, this silver white, it what it actually looks like is uncovered mounds of dog shit being revealed from the past 4 months. The brown, like the blackish brown stains of salt that have accumulated in these snowdrifts, not being able to walk on the sidewalk because everything's so slippery because we're in this like melt freeze cycle every day. I love
And there aren't
spring.
enough there aren't enough flowers around us for us to get the lovely, like the first buds,
Mhm.
snowdrops and daffodils.
There's also, I mean, God, we live in a big city. There's not enough evergreen space.
Yeah.
And so, like, everything looks dead. Just everything is dead. Uh, I guess what is it you can't face?
I think that's fair. Next up, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes. This is a wild pull from Maria. I mean,
This
my
is a
God.
warning sign that you have hypothermia and you are dying in a snowdrift. If you can't shake the snowflake from your eyelids, that means that your eyes are frozen open and you're close to death. Have you read Into Thin Air? That is a terrifying story of what happens when snowflakes stay on your nose and eyelashes.
My God, you're so right. You're so right. Yeah, this is a problem. It's a
This is a
straight up
problem.
problem. Uh, oof, don't want that. Now, the other things that you might want to think about strudel for, dog bites
Mm.
and feeling sad. And I think that's it for the negatives. But
Yeah, I mean, there is no arguing that a dog bite is a problem. This is
okay.
going to send you to the hospital, just like snowflakes.
And honestly, it's not good for the dog either. The dog ends up getting
No.
put down in some countries. In the UK, if a dog bites a child, that's it for the dog. I don't know what the
And
rules are here.
it can also mean that the dog is like going through some serious distress. Like if it's like the end of their life, it means that they're like beginning to lose touch with reality. It's very sad.
Very sad. Like feeling sad, our next category.
This might surprise you. I think feeling sad is good.
Actually, you have a point. Like, we do need to feel sadness.
Yeah.
We need catharsis. Catharsis is terribly important. Otherwise you become stuffed up and just emotionally constipated.
Hmm.
And honestly,
Monstrous.
if it weren't for feeling sad, I wouldn't have an excuse to stay in all the time.
I thought you were going to say do this podcast.
No, this brings me joy.
No, no, say it like you mean it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could put this one as high as something good.
Yeah, absolutely. Feeling sad is something good.
And speaking of good things, schnitzel with noodle.
Love them separately. Rarely do I have them together. This
That's
must be an
very
Austrian thing.
traditional. Yeah. Austria, Hungary, Czechia. These places love a buttered noodle with a schnitzel. And I gotta say, I love a buttered noodle with a schnitzel.
Okay.
I could put this in superior, but if you find the combination disturbing, we can bring it down. It's up, yeah,
Okay, buttered noodle is not my favorite kind of noodle, but I
interesting.
love schnitzel. I just love
Uh,
like a breaded pound pork. Um, okay. I would like to bring this down to high on a hill. if that's okay.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it, mainly because I want to put something in that category
Yeah.
to prove it's not wasted.
Now everything is going to be high on a hill.
Possibly. Well, and then I'll bump it back up.
You said
Doorbell.
so. You said that the list of bad things is over, but you were mistaken.
The lyric is doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles. Why?
Good.
Why are doorbells in this list? What does Maria love about doorbell? If my doorbell rings, well, okay, if my doorbell rings, it's probably you, first of all.
I don't. I. Okay. Does a doorbell? Is a doorbell now replaced with a like apartment phone buzzer?
Yes,
Is
or the
that the
ring
same thing?
cam on your phone. Like, I feel like that is the same.
Ring cams on phones, and it really fits. Okay. So in that case, like I love my doorbell because it is just like the Sailor Mercury theme. So anytime someone buzzes, I hear Sailor Mercury.
Okay, so to that point, yes, my ringtone is Johnny Bailey singing "Dancing Through Life." So yes, okay, my doorbell can't ring without me bursting into song. That's a point in its favor. But if my doorbell rings and I'm not expecting someone, I am freaked out.
The
So I
police are
can't place
here.
this high.
Yeah, they finally found me.
Yes.
I'm running out the back door, with cat in one arm, and I don't know. That's probably all I need. Okay. I cannot rate this something good, but I do like hearing the ringtone that I've chosen for my doorbell.
Okay, I think "What Is It You Can't Face" is a good compromise position.
Agreed.
And yet at the same time seems ludicrous to me in a sense, you know? Why is doorbells on this list at all?
Yeah, yeah. That is what's ludicrous about this activity.
Yes! Warm woolen mittens.
I like
Fur a glove.
I like a finger glove. And I I can't believe how much I have to say about any of this. This is insane to me. I have so many opinions.
I just knew. I knew. This needed to be done.
I like warm hands, but I will suffer through a colder hand if it means I can do this.
Honestly, I have a pair of gloves that have like the patch that means your phone can still respond to you.
That never works.
Can't do
Sorry.
that with a warm woolen mitten.
Fair. Uh, Something good because, like, just to like battle the snowflakes and eyelashes. This is protecting you from hypothermia and damage to your limbs and extremities.
Yes. And they are cute, you know?
Yeah.
A
Oh,
warm
those are
woolen
cute.
mitten.
Yeah.
It's adorable. I don't know how opinionated you're going to be about this next one because I have opinions about bright copper kettles, but you might not even have ever thought about them before, for all I know.
When I told someone recently that every morning I make my coffee in a French press, they said,
Yes. Come back to me.
they said, "Oh, I bet you." They said, "I bet you you have an every morning too." I said, "I do." Oh, I don't know why that's so funny, but I am that person, I guess. So I guess I like bright copper kettles.
Say, was it a slur?
Oh, oh, oh my God. Yes, I use a kettle every morning to make my coffee in a French press.
And this person said,
That was too much, that I'm doing too much, that I'm out of my mind for putting that much work into my cup of coffee. And I said, I just like the ritual.
I think that's totally respectable.
Thank you.
That said, I would not use a copper kettle to make my tea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I don't think copper's that safe to drink out of. I think it leaves micro metals in your bloodstream or something. I don't know. This is not me speaking from authority. This is me speaking as a person on the internet, making you worry about things you don't need to worry about. But we don't use copper for kettles these days. We do use them for quite a lot of saucepans. So, oh, but they are lovely to look at. I love to look at a bright copper kettle. At the same time, that style of decor is very English countryside pub, so not the way I would decorate my own home necessarily. Although, if you've seen my home, you can't rule out the possibility of a bright copper kettle. In fact, I maybe need to go check to see if I have a bright copper kettle.
Honestly, I'm surprised that you don't have one. I feel like I've seen it, but
I have other bright
leave-
copper things,
I'll leave it in your hands to figure out if you own this or not.
but it's a kettle. You can use it to boil water. I think that's something good.
That is something good. Wow, I've lost my mind.
Raindrops on roses.
Beautiful.
So true, bestie. High on a hill, beautiful.
It's high on a hill, beautiful.
High on a hill, beautiful. And cream-colored ponies.
It's such an interesting way to describe them. Ponies. Okay. Like, I guess if I said that seeing geese is a sign that nature is thriving, then I guess one has to extend that to ponies. I prefer a horse. I don't.
I prefer a horse. I prefer a goat. So, you know, we all have our ways. But no, horses are majestic and beautiful, and I did used to ride, and I loved riding. I would never be able to ride a pony. I'm too big boned for that. So, but ponies are cute.
Ponies are
They're
cute.
cute.
Yeah. That's something good. Is it high on the hill? I don't know.
Nah, fine. I think there are other colours of pony, and there are other things that are the colour of cream that are both better
Yeah,
than a cream-coloured pony.
for instance.
Cream, yes, cream is much better than a pony. I mean, give me a choice between the two. I'll take the pony and then sell it because it's worth a lot more money than cream.
And then you could think of all the
I'm-
cream you could buy.
I'm not an idiot,
Yeah.
but I would rather have like a brindle pony or, you know, a
Mm.
piebald.
Is a brindle pony like a brindle fly?
You mean, is it Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah. But like half Jeff Goldblum, half pony, some monstrous hybrid that is hard to look at?
No, that would be not on my list of things.
Okay.
Brindle is like sort of brown, but with like a wash running through it. So it's sort of striped. I
Lovely.
think. What do I know about horses? Not enough, clearly.
You rode them, I didn't.
Well, okay. And finally, whiskers on kittens.
This needs no discussion. This is superior. It means that I have a cat. It means that
That's
there's a
true.
cat near me right now. Can I pet that cat?
I am allergic, which is one of my great agonies of this bitter, bitter life.
Full of bee stings and snowflakes on noses and girls in
Honestly.
white dresses.
God, terrifying. But we didn't even broach the sort of horror implications of girls in white dresses with blue satin
yeah.
sashes. Like, that's creepy.
It's a trope for a reason.
Yeah. But I love cats more than I love life. And if I could have a cat, I would. And I need to be able to afford to get the treatment that means that I could maybe one day have a cat again, because I grew up with cats.
Is that
I
treatment
have
death?
a picture. Yes. Or just having my entire nasal passage removed somehow.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a picture of my cats on my bedstand from when I was a kid. I love my cats. I love cats generally. I love your cat.
I
But
love
I can't
my
spend
cat.
too much time around your cat.
No, you can't spend too much time around me because I spend too much time around my cat.
I wish
That's what
I
you
could
keep
hit
telling
things
me, at
were-
least.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
You say it every time I come over. Now, shit, don't get too comfortable.
Could you leave? Oh.
No, don't sit there.
But yes, cats and kittens are wonderful, wonderful creatures, and whiskers are so cute and so practical, so useful.
So useful. I mean, God, just watching a cat like figure out it can squeeze through a tight space because its whiskers are out like this. Oh my God. And then when you scratch right behind their whiskers and he just goes like, oh, oh, he just loves, my cat just loves it. I'm clearly talking about Oliver.
Yes. Let's remember to name our roommates when we mention them. So yeah, whiskers and kittens right up there with crisp apple strudels.
Mhm.
Anything here that we feel like we should move? Fly on a Hill ended up being quite a thin category, and Something Good is quite full, but I don't know that there's anything that I feel like needs to go up a level.
No,
Like
no.
Feeling Sad?
I was literally gonna say, is it feeling sad? Is that what we're putting up high on a hill? I mean, honestly, like, my therapist would say yes.
Feelings are so important.
They are. We're doing it. You know what? We're doing it.
And I don't think there's anything in the bottom that needs to move. I mean, a little unfair on the girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, but at
That's
the
what
same
you
time,
say.
no.
Yeah. No.
I don't.
There's an
I don't want to be
underlying
around that.
problem with multiple girls in white dresses wearing blue satin sashes. That's like
Wow.
pageant behavior, that is controlling parents, that is trad wife culture. I don't like it.
A church, possibly.
Oh, yeah, no. Or a cult.
Or a cult. Well,
Oh. Oh, I got there.
so yeah, sorry, girls in white dresses, but you are down there with bee stings and dog bites. If I see girls in white dresses,
And that was the point of the
reaching.
song.
I'm reaching for the crisp apple strudel immediately. Maybe I need to carry some emergency strudel around with me at all times.
They're everywhere. Why are there so many girls
I'm
in white
ruining it.
dresses with blue satin sashes?
Oh, I really want some schnitzel with noodles now.
I really
I
want
need to
some
see if I
apple
can order
strudel.
that.
Oh, I think I have an apple fritter. Well, I know what I'm doing after this.
All right, and I'm feeling sad. So we're both doing things from the list. Mainly that I don't have a cat.
This has been maybe the most fun I've ever had doing this show.
You might need to sit down and just
Sit
be
with
with yourself.
some sad feelings. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So important. So important. Well, viewers, if you have ideas for other lists that you think we could bring our expertise to, oh boy, apparently we can turn nattering as an art to any subject. So you let us know in the comments if we need to be doing 5,071,600 minutes. I don't remember that number.
Yeah. 525,600 minutes. You have to sing
Thank
it.
you. Minutes. Yeah. Any other great songs or songs from Rent that you think that we could do lists from? Let us know in the
Billy
comments.
Joel song. Please don't make us do the
Oh,
Billy Joel
God.
song. We're gonna have to do
I
the
mean,
Billy
I do
Joel
have
song.
opinions about Khrushchev, but
Yeah.
thank you again for watching. Leave a comment, do like and subscribe, and share with your friends. And until next time, kiss kiss.
Bang bang. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel. You can follow Kiss Kiss Bang Bang on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at KKBBpod, or email us at kisskissbangbangpod@gmail.com.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is recorded in Toronto on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabeg, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples.